Good afternoon. This is Coach Dion Lee, currently with the Las Vegas Silver Stars of the WNFC. Um, I'd like to thank the WNFC for this awesome opportunity to speak to all you guys out there through this Virtue Camp. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been around the women's football game since 2004. I actually started a team called the Las Vegas Showgirls in 2005, fall of 2005. Been an advocate for women's sports for a long time. I have my Master of Science in Sports Administration and Management. And today my topic is recruiting. How do we recruit women to play this wonderful game called football? Like I started earlier, I started a team in 2006, approximately six months before the season started. We were awarded a team in the WPFL back in the day, so we had to put a team together. And some of the things that I did then could actually help you now if you put forth the effort in promoting. Okay. Again, I'm a big promoter, and I think you got to be a promoter of the game in order to get women to play a sport that they never played before. So some of the things that you need to do is, one, find out when your season starts, and then you're going to backtrack. Okay. So again, let's do a 9-month time frame from our first game. Let's go back 9 months. Okay. So at that point in time, we should have put together a date where we can have an event/meeting or an orientation for the ladies to understand what football is all about. Okay, so let's say we put the date is 6 weeks out. All right, so it's 6 weeks out, and we'll get to that in a hot second on what we need to do at that point. But 6 weeks prior to our event, we need to get the word out. How do you get the word out? Flyers, emails, radio PSAs, TV commercials, if all possible. Those are some of the things that I utilize in my day, because again, I'm a marketing guy. Using the radio, talking about this interest meeting date or potential tryout date or whatever event you want to place, but I'm going to say it's an interest meeting. All right. You want to get on Facebook, you want to get on Instagram, you want to get on TikTok and kind of develop some kind of video and promote it. If you got team members that are already on the team, have them promoted. Also, if you have your coaching staff together, have them promoted as well. It's got to be a consistent, hey, this is the date, this is the event, you don't want to miss it. Calling out all athletes, all football players, all basketball players, all track athletes, moms, whatever. You got to really promote it as the event that you don't want to miss, to be a part of your organization, to be a part of what I coined several years ago, her story. Everybody thought I misspelled history, but I put her story, and now it's all over the place. But you got to create that her story. This is our time to create her story. So again, you're going out there, getting the word out. You're going to the colleges, local community college. You're going to the local universities, and tie in with the intramural department. Because there's a lot of ex-high school athletes, especially females, that attend college but don't play that particular sport. They might have been a great basketball player, but they weren't good enough to play college basketball. They still have the desire to want to compete. They still have the desire to want to be part of a team. They have the desire to want to learn a new sport if it's coached correctly. And I'll get into that in a little bit. But that's the market you have to hit. I really think you need to go to the high schools, go check out basketball games, volleyball games, start looking at the seniors who are going to be 18 years of age soon, and invite them to your meeting. If they're interested in playing football. Same thing going on the college campus, going to the intramurals. You'll see a lot of young ladies participating in basketball, volleyball, flag football on the college campus that are ex-athletes. Those are the folks that you want to recruit. Okay? So you want to reach out. You want to go to the local parks and rec. You want to go to the adult leagues, go to the softball leagues, and try to find some of those young ladies that are participating in those sports. I did 8 years in the recreation business here in Clark County, and there wasn't a lot of adult recreation for women as far as competition competing sports. So I was able to get an advantage of having tackle football as an avenue for those young ladies who are just participating in slow pitch co-ed softball. I mean, that's across the country, is what's offered to women, and those who participate in a high level of sports, competition sports, kind of have a fall off because there's no high level competition sports unless it's a professional sport like the WNBA or fast pitch softball, or even volleyball doesn't have a league, a national league. But those are the women that you want to work on. Okay, again, going to the colleges, going to the adult leagues, high school seniors, and going to other sports in and around your community or or your neighborhood or your city. That's what it's all about. It's about getting out there. Of course, having your paraphernalia on, having your flyers, and just being hyped about it. Okay. So once you get to that point where you're doing that 6 weeks promotion lead before you even get to your first meeting, okay, your first meeting can be done at a local sponsor spot, an eatery. It can be a banquet room. It could be a recreational center. You want to try to tie it in with one of your sponsors so that you get a win-win situation where you're inviting 100 or so young ladies to come and find out more about your organization, and also utilize your sponsors, be it having beverages or snacks or food, or if that's your practice facility, again, they will have flyers there for whatever activities are going on. So you want to tie in with your sponsor. Okay, during that event, it would be great if you had some footage. If it's not your footage, some footage of women playing football so they can see that women do play the sport. And that's been the biggest and hardest sell, the fact that women play football and they never seen it before. So if you have any visuals, any pictures, anything that can be done on the big screen, would be great. Also, that's an opportunity to introduce your coaching staff. Your coaching staff is the most important aspect. Coaching staff and ownership is the most important aspect of your organization. They set the culture. They set the limitations. This is where you get to set the tone and expectations of what's going to take place over the next 6 to 9 months. Okay? If you have a contract, pull your contract out and go over what the requirements are, what the cost would be, what the equipment is needed, the time frame. Are you practicing 2 days a week? Are you practicing 3 days a week? Include the travel, include the cost of what is it going to cost for this person or these young ladies to participate on your team and play this sport. This is where you get them excited. This is where you get them pumped up. You want to show, some clips of some of the workouts you're going to be doing. Again, a lot of the ladies join because they want an opportunity to get in shape. Okay, I'm one of those guys who like to have fun, work hard, and not knowing that you work hard, and get in shape at the same time. One thing I learned about working with women over the last 15 years in this sport called football is that they take honor in participating in the sport that others have not allowed them to participate in. So when they come in to get sweaty. They come in to be sore. They let them know that, hey, I worked out and I feel like a football player. Put me through the things that you put regular football athletes through. So again, you want to set up your practice schedule. You want to let them know that this is where we're going to meet at what time, so they can start working around their schedule, be it school schedule, be it work schedule, or family schedule. That meeting is very important on what the expectations are going to be for them to play. All right. Some other things that you want to do is you want to build positivity, team culture. You want to set the tone, as I spoke earlier. And again, what the expectations are for you to be, because you want commitment. And that's been the hardest thing for this sport, because it's not a paid sport, is the commitment from your athletes. You want to maximize the time that you do have with them, but you want to limit the amount of time that you actually see them. I know that sounds like an oxymoron, but the fact is, when you put in time, that's the time that you're going to be doing football. And then you want to have enough time for they can enjoy life, work, and do all the things that they need to do to be successful. Okay, some of the creative things that I've done to recruit. Again, we hosted events. once we set the expectation up of what we're going to be doing, we did an off-season program. Be it only once a week. Sunday mornings were better for us due to the fact that we can get it in early in the morning from say 8 to 10, and then be able to utilize the NFL day to watch football, and what we taught earlier in the day, they can see it being done that day. That's up to you on what day, but we thought that was pretty creative to do it early Sunday morning before church, so that those who need to go to church can go to church. But we got our 2-hour workout in every Sunday during the off season, and we taught football IQ. We taught how to get in 3-point stands. We made it a camping clinic every week. So, but we also made it fun, because you got to realize, the more fun that people are having, the more likely they will come back. All right. What are some other creative things that you can do as an organization? I think the key is that we are finding these young ladies at a later point in their time to get involved in football. I really think that you got to get involved at an earlier stage. So as an organization, some creative ideas is create your own flag football league. Get these younger girls at ages 7, 8, 9, 10 years old falling in love with the sport of football. I think that is the key. That is what is needed for women's football to grow. Think about it. In the men's game, as a man myself, I fell in love with football at the age of 3, 4, 5 years of age, and I was able to play flag football at 5 to 8, and then I played tackle. So it's installed in me. It's in me. This is what I do. I'm a football fanatic. And we got to create that for the young ladies. And I know there's some organizations out there that have created, tackle football leagues in Utah. There's flag football teams going up. But you got to create that culture. What that does, you help the girls fall in love with the game. And then you also create fans. And then you also use it as a recruiting tool, because now those mothers of those girls who are playing flag football now might be interested in your team and participating on your team to showcase that, hey, you're playing flag football, but mama's going to show you how to play tackle. You know what I'm saying? So you got to feed on that. So you get a chance to create fan base and recruiting at the same time. Going out to, big events, be it carnivals, concerts. You need to have a booth at these places. You need to be involved in the business district. You need to go to these meetings and luncheons and have a booth. Passing out flyers. One, you're going to be able to attain some interest, and then also you have opportunities for sponsorship, because we all know sponsorship is the key. But recruiting is necessary. And again, this is where your coaching staff is very important. If you have a great coaching staff, and you have anywhere between 5 to 8 coaches on board, it's that relationship that you're going to build with the coaches that create the culture of your team. You want to create youth days is another opportunity. You want to create camps. You want to get the word out that your organization is all about football and about the community. The more events you do in the community, the more opportunities you have to recruit. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this. I've seen a lot of teams out there doing parades and passing out flyers, hosting camps and clinics, hosting girl days, but being a referee in an organization, being a coach in an organization is key. The more they get to see you, the more opportunities you get to use that to recruit. Be creative as possible. Get out and be seen by as many people as possible. Create as many events as possible built around your organization. They don't all have to be football-oriented events, but the more football events, the better, because that's your purpose. Your purpose is recruiting for football, okay? There's a lot more things that I can go over. There's going to be opportunity for questions and answers shortly after this video. So please, whatever questions you have, whatever things you feel that you think might be a good idea, hey, let's talk about it. All right. Again, I want to thank the WNFC for giving me the opportunity for this virtue camp, and I would like to and love to see you guys. And again, feel free to reach out to me anytime, and let's talk football. Let's talk recruiting. Thank you.